Hello, 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 hello. Konnichiwa. 안녕하세요. Salam alaikum. Bonjour. Mambo vipi? Hello, reality show. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Welcome to another stream. Huh? Hello, hello, hello. So, it is a beautiful day. Okay. Another awesome day. Okay. Today we're doing something else different from our usual thing. Yeah? Okay. So we'll be we'll be studying, actually, not looking at how anime is made. And through these studies, I thought, why don't we just, in the process, we also create a project, a small animated short film. Hello, Max. Welcome to the stream. Why don't we create a short, project linked to these studies. So we'll be killing two birds with one stone. All right. Hello. I see you. I'm Kenyan. Hi. What's up, buddy? How do you spell your name? Koq3tt3. Hey, my Kenyan buddy. Anyway, let's get into it. So we'll be looking at how anime is made, okay? And also in the process we'll be creating a short film. This short film is going to be around 30 seconds, okay? Not bad, okay? Right, for our first project, okay? So let's see. So how anime is made, yeah? 101, So we are just doing the basics, Hello, Sammy. Hello. How are you, Sammy? How you doing, buddy? I see you. Watashi no buddy. Anyway, so what is more important is when you're doing your studies, at least make sure that it is tied to a project, okay? To a specific project, okay? Don't do a project just for the sake of doing it. I'm doing great, just doing some tracing practice. How about you? I'm also doing good, Sammy. We'll be doing kind of a music video, okay? Project. with his studies. Okay, so yeah, so I've decided to do the honorable thing. I'm doing good, digital artist. Hi, hi, hi. What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. So it's going to be a very slow paced um, stream. Okay. As we learn together, right? So yeah, keep them questions coming. Okay. And let's see what we got by the end of the stream. Okay, so basically we have 10 scenes or 10 cuts. All right, you guys, do you know the difference between a cut and a scene? A scene is it can be a multiple it can be multiple cuts using the same set or environment. Okay, so when the environment changes or the background changes, call that a cut, a different scene. Okay, food for the thought. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan, to have at least 10 scenes, 10 cuts, sorry. Each cut will be around 3 seconds. Just normal pace, nothing fancy. Each cut is around 3 seconds, so around 10 cuts is around 30 what? 30 seconds project, which is not bad. Our deadline is about a month from today. Okay, so we are supposed to be done by next month. All right, I know it's quite ambitious to complete such a project in such a short time, but we're not trying to get the best thing out there. Okay, we're just trying to get something done. Okay, we need to get off the bad drawings first. The 10,000 bad drawings first out, so that we can start doing the good things. Plus we need to increase the mileage, our drawing mileage. So this project, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, as long as it makes sense. Then I'll also show you how to handle a bigger project. I know your 30 seconds is not really a big project, but I'll show you how, especially people who are using Clip Studio Paint. I'll show you how you can manage your folders using Clip Studio Paint story settings. Okay, you don't need to create so many folders. Okay, to manage your works. All right. So Japanese animation pipeline, yeah? That's what we're gonna look at now. Okay. When I look at the pipeline, my vertical bodies, can you see that font? I think so. I think so. I think you're good. I think you're good. Let me check. Yeah, I think it looks okay. Why are you doing vertical live? So that also the vertical guys can join our streams, Okay. I'm doing both. I'm doing both vertical and horizontal. So that also our bodies from the vertical feed can also join us. So yeah, Nova, that's the reason. So you can either choose to be in the vertical live if you're using your phone, or the horizontal one. Although I'd highly recommend watching from the horizontal for the full experience. Okay, my friend. Okay, my friend. So in any animation pipeline, we have 3 sections. Okay, we have the pre-production, with the pre-production. Then after the pre-production, we go to production. Then after that, we go to post-production. I know here is where our vertical bodies won't see anything. Who was asking you many questions? It's you the boy. Very stubborn one, I see. So I know I definitely know my vertical bodies won't see everything. Yeah. Okay. So in case you don't see everything on the screen, you can turn to the horizontal one. Okay. But I believe you're good. You're good. You're doing good. My vertical values. Hey. Can you raise the volume? Let me see. Daniel, reset the mic, brother. Your voice is very low. Let me see. Let me see. OBS, have you started misbehaving? Yeah. Yes, you have. Your voice is scary. Oh, really? Don't worry, don't be scared. Don't be scared, Ellie. I'm scary. I think it should be good right now, yeah? So we said we have three major things, eh? We have pre-production, production, and post-production, eh? So in the pre-production, this is where the planning is, eh? All right. So anything to do with the animation, okay? The animators that are going to work on this animation, okay? The scope of the project, okay? The scripting, all right? This is where all those stuff goes to, okay? All right. Why is my multi-chat not multi-chatting today? What's up? What's up with you, stream elements? Can't see my chat. I have to come here and manage it. I don't know why it's not working, and it was working yesterday. So in case I miss your question, or I delay to answer you, Let's see if we good, Yeah, it's not working okay the way it's supposed to be doing. Since I will download the live stream and watch it. Alright, no worries. Although I don't think so, because I'll be doing a shorter video, okay? A shorter tutorial. I think you can wait for that. It will be more condensed video, okay? So don't worry. So like I said, we'll be doing a short, like anime-like music video, okay? So that we can apply whatever we are learning directly, okay? And I've said the project doesn't have to be that perfect, So before any production, we have something called a scenario, okay? My handwriting is very poor, okay? Scenario, okay? Scenario, is the scenario written like this? I'm not sure. Okay, so this is where, you know, the people at the committee, they come together and try to come up with a story and the script. They try to visually plan for the project. Okay, so these explanations are going to be more condensed. Just we want to go deeper into the pipeline. Just a casual explanation of these stages. Okay. So we should keep that in mind. If you need in-depth explanations, I think I'll guide you to where you can get more in-depth knowledge. But for these streams, we're just going to, cover the basics things. All right. Do you prefer to join an animation company permanently or just take the job from company and gain money? I think both can work. But I think what you mean by getting money from a company that then leaving, that's called freelance. Being a freelancer, you're able to work on very many projects, compared to just working on one company. Monetary wise, I think you are able to scale you're able yeah, it's freelancer. Yeah, so as a freelancer, you're able to scale your income, all right, compared to to staying in one company. All right, now the downside of being the downside of being a freelancer, sometimes the job security sometimes is not kind of fair, right? Sometimes you might even stay like more than 6 months without a job, but when you're in a company, you're best assured that work is gonna come, all right? And even if it doesn't come, rest assured you're gonna get a payment at the end of the month. But if you really want to grow, I'd suggest you go freelancer. And most anime animators are freelancers, especially foreign animators. It's really rare for you to get somebody who is doing full-time, unless you're a very, very big animator like Chansad. So you've said this is scenario, okay, or a screenplay, okay. Yeah. Like for me, I work freelancer, and I prefer being freelancer most of the time. Now the problem of multi-streaming is moderator work, man. Hope you guys behave, okay? So that I reduce the effort of moderating. Anyway, we are good to go. Let's continue. Okay. The only place I have a problem with is Twitch and vertical streaming. You guys need a lot of moderation. So in a scenario, this is where also the script is written, okay? All right. Script, okay. We're still in the pre-production, all right? How much we can earn as a freelancer in a month depends on you. Depends how you're putting yourself out there. Okay. You can be very good at animating, but you're getting nothing, because you can't sell yourself. Because I think one of the challenges of being a creator or an artist, we don't really know how to sell our services. When it comes to the business side of art, whether it's animation or illustration or anything, we don't know how to sell ourselves. We know how to do the work, but we don't know the business side of it. Should anime always use 24 frames per second if necessary? All animations are animated on 24 frames per second. Okay. The frame rate is set at 24 frames per second. But now, when you are animating, you are animating on 3s and 2s. Okay. So in 1 second, it means you're having like 8 drawings, okay? When you're animating on 3s. I hope I didn't confuse you as much. Hi Shivu, how are you doing? So in a TV production, we usually have at least 12 or 13 episodes. Or 13 episodes, okay? Alright. So all the scripts for these 12 or 13 episodes are written in the pre-production stage, okay? Okay, so they are written here, okay? Will you excuse my horrible handwriting? I waited for this topic because I storyboarding and music, but I can't even start animating it. I think when you know the basics, the pipeline, it's easy for you to start a project. But there are so many resources out there, Shiva. Okay. If you go to, is it called Sakuga Foundry? I think you can get very pretty decent tutorials on the pipeline. I used to be animation student, but I dropped already since my college didn't provide a proper program, and it's confusing me. I felt like I'm learning fine arts. Ah, nice. You know, sometimes when you go to school, I think it's just normal. Even in my when I was doing my engineering, sometimes what you go for, what you go for to get in college, it's kind of different from your expectations. Totally different. Most of the time, you find that it's you who are who is teaching yourself. A lot of self learning. So it's normal. It's normal. Don't worry. But there's something you get when you go to school. So it's not totally a waste. Okay. Are you streaming twice? No, I'm streaming 4 times. We have 4 streams going on. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Kick. We are live both twice on YouTube, horizontal one and vertical one. And very soon we'll be doing it on TikTok too. Okay, so yeah, everywhere. Okay. It just depends on where you want to be streaming from. Hello, Bob. How you doing? What's up? In YouTube, there are 2 of your streams. Yeah, we are doing both vertical and horizontal stream at the same time. Don't be surprised. We started doing it from, was it yesterday? I suppose, yeah. From yesterday, we started doing 2 streams on YouTube. And also, if you prefer watching me on Twitch, you're also there. Okay. So it just depends on where you want to see the stream from. So when you're writing a script, the script is not written by one person, especially for something like a 12 or 13 episodes, okay? In India, we use less Twitch. All right. Gunslinger, I will be attending art school in September. Oh, nice. I'm also thinking of going back to school. I think I need to learn more. So don't worry, okay? Oh, Gunslinger is a first-time chatter. All right. Welcome, Gunslinger. So it just depends on where you want to be watching the stream from. Okay, that's why we are doing multiple streams. Okay. So it just depends on where you want to see me from. Okay. So whether you prefer watching me from YouTube, go ahead. The better. If you're on Kick, I'm also there. If you're on Twitch, I'm also there. If you're on mobile, you can watch it from the vertical. The problem with the vertical, you won't see everything. That's the only problem. So my vertical buddies, if you feel that you're not seeing everything, you switch, okay? It's easy to switch, okay? Yeah, but I'll try my best to, to be zooming, so that you guys see what we are doing. So after this the script, we go to character designs. Okay, character designs. And also background designs, the environments. Okay, also you can also have people doing prop design. Okay, in the character design, this is where we also do character setting. Okay, I don't know if I have something here to show you. Let me see. Let me see if I have a character design. In India, most of institutes offer all types of animation, but they just focus on 3D animation and 2D rigging animation. They don't teach traditional 2D, and fees like 2 lakhs to 4 lakhs. I think most art schools, they focus. I don't know why they do focus on 3D animation. Or when you have gone to study 2D animation, they force you to do also 3D animation. I don't know why. I'm not sure why they do that. Let me see. Discord. Let me see if I have. So if you are in Discord, if you go to the Genga materials, I think the first images are for character designs. Let me see if I'll get one. Yeah, here it is. So in the pre-production, we have something called character setting. Okay, this is a character design without the colors. It just shows the line work and also the color separation lines. Okay, something like this. Something like this. Let me just resize it. So this is what is called a character setting, right? It doesn't have the colors, the actual colors. It's also called a setting, all right? Character setting. Okay. So it's also called character setting. Setting, okay. So you can be given both, okay, which has colors and which another one that doesn't have. Okay, just depends on the production. Sometimes you might go into a production where they don't have a complete design. All right, so maybe they haven't colored the setting. All right. Okay, in that case you'll just work out with this with the setting. Okay. They take lectures every second day and only 1 or 2 hours. It feels like a scam. They have to make money. They have to make money out of you. Yeah? So you have to pay. Huh? I think that's why it's important for you to, as far as you're still learning from school, you also teach yourself some things from somewhere like YouTube or something. That's why you have so many resources here on YouTube. Okay. Alright, so let's continue. So also in the pre-production, this is where we do something called world building. I've said we are doing the prop design, the background design. Okay, if maybe it was a cyberpunk animation, you need those futuristic cities, those futuristic guns, cars. They're all designed in the pre-production stage. Okay. If our characters has extra props, they are done here. Okay. Also the color designs is also done. All right, here. Okay. If it was in a Western production, this is also where we do something called mood boards. Where we are doing color scripts. Maybe the final color of the animation. All right. So we won't dig deep into this individual sub pipelines. We'll just go, just on top. Not deep. We don't want to go in deep. Why should we go deep? It's not like we're going to be directing at the moment. So, but you need to know all the stages, because our aim is to direct our own short films. Am I contradicting myself? Our aim is to be creating our own indie animations. So if you know the whole pipeline, it's easy for you to tackle a full project on your own. Okay, that's why it's important for us to study these things. Okay, I've told you the reason why we are doing this. We want to create a short, kind of music video. Okay, so I'm just using the excuse of learning these things, so that we can apply it into an actual project. Okay, all right. It's easier that way, to learn when you're applying it directly to a project. Okay. So we don't need the timeline. You can put it down like that a little bit. When you're going to reveal your face, what for, Nova? You don't need my face. You just need my voice. So not anytime soon. I told you I have a very cute face. I fear showing it on stream. Okay, so probably not. Okay, but we'll be creating our own OC. So probably we'll be using that OC's face. Okay. Anyway. Face reveal. So most of the character designs are done by the art director, okay? So that's something you should keep in mind. Alright. So the character designs mostly are done by the art director, okay? Okay. Or somebody who is very senior, okay? A senior character designer, okay? So when the designing character designs, if the character design is very complex, we try to simplify the character designs, because you know we are animating frame by frame. Going to be redrawing this drawings every now and then. So we need a simple character designs. So if maybe we are adapting from a source material, sometimes it's the work of the character designers to simplify that design so that it can be used, okay, for animation, all right? And when you are designing the character, okay, you are familiar with the turnarounds, the character turnaround. You need the in most cases you just need a 3/4 back, 3/4 front, you know, those two poses. But in other productions you might go back view, front view, 3/4 view, okay, side view, all right? It just depends. And also such a, if you find such a project, it means maybe the budget of that show is more reasonable, because all of these you know, side profiles, they cost money, okay, all right? But in most cases, in most of the cities I've seen, you'll just find at least two, okay? Then we also have you know, expression sheets, how the character is supposed to be act, you know, neutral, angry, you know, sad, such things, or special poses are also added in the character designs. Sometimes you also need when you're having a lot of characters, you need character design, you know, comparison height. Like for example, you can put such characters side by side, because sometimes you'll have two characters or more in a scene. You need to know who's taller than who. Are they the same height? Is this person shorter? Okay. So you need to give that comparison, okay? So after you're done with everything, this is still part of the pre-production. You're done with the planning, the scenario. Okay, you have the character design sheets. Okay, the background props have been designed. The props have been designed. We now do something called iconte, all right, or storyboards. Okay, so storyboards. You have storyboards. Okay. This is where you do the storyboarding. Yeah. So storyboarding is usually the closing chapter of the post-production. Because after now you're done the storyboards, you now take these storyboards to the production stage. Okay. All right. So from the script, okay, we can determine the layouts, okay, how they're supposed to go. All right. But now we are doing it in we are interpreting the script now in form of a storyboard. So here we do the layouts, okay. You have you can see the camera angle there. All right. Okay, here in the storyboards. Okay, also the dialogue. Okay, what else? The backgrounds. Okay, here we have backgrounds. Okay, all right, but just rough backgrounds, because our layout artist is going to be to be designing the initial set for the staging of the shot. So these are just roughs, just to put across the idea. All right. typical episode has around 1500 cards. All right, so one episode but depending with the quality of the anime, right, it can go from 300 cards to 1500 ones. Okay, for a full episode. Okay, so depending with the pacing, especially for very very fast paced works, you'll find it has so many cards. All right, okay, but it will also depend on the budget. Okay, the higher the budget, the more cards you'll have. At most that I've seen, most animes they range at 300 cards. Okay, 1500 is quite a lot. Okay. Hello Luca, how are you doing, buddy? What's up? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? My vertical streams, Are you seeing everything? So let's continue, okay? So after we're done with production, the storyboard is taken to production. Okay, we're done with pre-production, now it's production. Okay, now this is where the real animation is, started. So we start by something called layout. I think we've done layout in this stream. So layout, okay. Here we have a layout artist, and the typical, one of the misconceptions of layout artists is a layout artist just make the backgrounds, that just designs the background. But no, being a layout artist, it's your responsibility to also do the rough pass, okay, rough animation pass, okay, before you take it to the key animator, right? Okay, so down here we have a key animator, right? Or the Genga man. So it's the work of the layout artist to take the rough drawings from the storyboard and put it and design a detailed animation. So also they usually design the background set, okay, the layout, all right, the perspective, okay, the staging, all right, the keyframes, okay, the rough animation, all right. Then they take it back to the director, okay, to approve. So a lot of the heavy lifting is done in layout stage, all right. And it's not rare. It's common for you to find layout artists as still doing key animation, all right. So sometimes in some studios there's a thin line between the two. What's your shot about? It's a personal story, so I think let me not do the spoiler, right? But it's based on my past experience, so it's something personal I'm working on. IG rights, okay. That's dope. I can't wait to get the quality level I want to make my own shot too. I think you should do two versions. You see that animation you want to do, okay? try to crank down the the effort, like the story, let it be just basic, the animation, let it just be basic, then try to produce that animation film, it doesn't have to be that perfect, all right. Okay, because if you are waiting for you to be to get very good at animating, so that you can do your first short film, you'll never do it, okay. All right, so just do the basic quality of that short film. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay. You just have to put it out there, all right. And if you feel like this is that this is the one and only project I've been longing to do, okay, you can do the basic version of it. You don't have to post it, then you can refine from there, okay. All right. Hi Lolibo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's true. Because I'm speaking from experience, okay. I've been postponing doing my short film for about 2 years or so, okay. So even this short film I'm doing here, okay, it's not that short film, okay. All right, probably that one I'll start maybe in 6 months, but before I start that, the one and only short film, I want to have done like 3 or 4 short films that aren't that to my standard quality, because it's through repetitions that we get to improve. Like for example, for you to know all of these production stages, okay, you need to have done it, all right. You start a project and finishing it. There's nothing good in this world as starting something and being able to finish it to the end, all right. Okay, so here in layout, we actually branch out, okay. So once the layout artist is done preparing the layout, the camera angles have been established, the background, rough background has been established, so from here, from the layout, it branches out into 2 separate pipelines, okay. This goes to the background department, okay. All right, and another layout goes to the same layout, okay, goes to the animation department, okay. All right, so here in the background department, the background that the layout artist designed is going to be painted here, all right. Then the animation department, they will continue animating down the line, so you'll have a duoga, all right, or in betweeners, okay. In betweeners and cleaners, cleaner parties, cleaner parties there. Then down the line, we have what? After cleanup we do coloring, which is commonly known as shag, alright. So this is a whole department on its own, alright. Okay. How long have you been animating? Okay, I realized I can animate 3 years ago, okay? But being serious in animating, I started 5 months ago. So that was last year, December 2nd. All right. Okay. So once from the layout artist, okay, the key animator now takes the layout animation, all right, the rough animations, okay, because you have a lot of drawings, he identifies the key poses and work on it, and also cleans up his own, you know, his own rough key poses, okay, then sends it to the in-betweener, okay, or the Doberman. The Doberman also traces or cleans up further the key animations, all right, then adds in betweens, okay, to make the animation more smoother, all right. Okay. And also the cleanup artists, they sometimes do the, you know, it's a department, they also do the cleanup stage, okay. So this is part of Duoga, all right. Okay, it's cleanup plus in betweens, and as an in betweener, you need to know how to use spacing charts. I think you have seen things looking like this, all right. Okay, you need to know how to use such spacings, all right. In most cases, most animations are going to be getting like between one keyframe, you have like 2 or 3 in betweens, okay, but that's just the general, okay, but the motion will determine the amount of in betweens you need there, okay. And also the key animator will have, you know, figured out the needed amount of you know, frames or in betweens, okay. So your work is just placing, you reading these timing charts, all right, or spacing charts, okay, and drawing the required number of in-betweens. So if you are just being an in-betweener, a lot of the thinking is done prior in layout and key animation, okay. Remember, when you're a layout animator, right, when you are doing rough animations, you also do the in-betweens of that rough animation, okay. Okay, your directors want to see fluid motion, okay. So that's where we determine also the correct timing, okay, and spacing, okay. That's why that's how a key animator is able to draw these spacing charts. It's because the motion has already been established, okay. So there's a lot of processes before you come to the final animation, all right, the animation that you see on TV, okay. You've been drawing before that? Yes, I've been drawing since I was a kid. I was that special kid in school. I used to draw for my peers, and I get some commissions. So I started taking commissions when I was still a kid in school. Right? I've earned decently since I started drawing, even when I was a kid. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make a cleaner pipeline, a diagram. I'll take my time to, make one. And I think I'll post it on Discord probably. Okay. And the people who are on Patreon, I'm going to make it available for everyone. So you can grab it from there. Okay. And if you have joined right now, we are doing these studies, okay, so that we can be able to do our first short film, because we need to know how the pipeline works before even we do we attempt. Anime is anime because of the pipeline, all right? Okay. So in the backgrounds, we normally use either you can go traditional using mostly watercolors and oil paintings. Okay. Then you can also use the digital methods to create the backgrounds. So this can be through Photoshop, alright, and Clip Studio Paint, alright. So it depends on which method the background artist want to use, okay. sometimes when you're designing our background, sometimes you have elements that are not part of the background. They are background elements, but they are in front or on top of a character. These are called books, okay? So sometimes they are painted separately, okay, so that they can be, you know, merged together, right? Or you know, if you want to add that parallax effect in compositing, right, or in post production, you haven't reached post production, so that's something you should keep in mind. All right, still continuing. So you're done with coloring, we are from the layout. The key animator does its thing. The in-betweeners or the duo command, they add in-between frames, okay, to make the animation more smooth. They also clean up the animation, okay. After that, it's taken to the coloring department. Here, the coloring department, all the colors are done, all right, okay. Then after coloring, it's now taken to the post-production, all right. Here in post-production, this is where now we combine everything, the background art, okay, the 3D CG, okay, any objects, effects, okay. So all those fancy little things are added in post-production. Hopefully we'll be able to do everything from storyboards, okay, or the scenario, okay. Sometimes we'll just have the scenario, okay, in this case, all right. We try to build a scene from scratch, okay. All right, probably in the next stream or so, okay, you'll be able to do something, all right. So this is just the one-on-one thingy, okay, so that you can have the idea of what to expect in the whole production, all right. Okay, so food for the thought. So don't worry, I'll try to design a more cleaner layout for this pipeline, and I don't know, should I put it okay, if you'll be rewatching this stream, I'll link the file here on down the description, okay. So probably in a day or two I'll have design something, a cleaner workflow, all right. I will also try to make a tutorial, a shorter one, a condensed one, maybe a 3-minute tutorial, just explaining the whole everything. Okay. Well, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to handle everything in just one single stream. See how caring I am. I want to take care of your feeble minds. You can't take you can't take in everything. So I'll try to do that. We still have 30 more minutes for this stream. So let's see. Do you guys have any question? So in post-production, we normally use something called After Effects. All right. Here in After Effects, we use things like adjustment layers. Okay, elves plugging to smoothen everything. Okay. Here we add things like layers. All right. We'll be doing all of these things on stream. Okay. I'll try to be linking every stream according to these stages. All right. And I'll make sure that and also in post-production, that's where we also combine audio effects and also the music, and also the dialogue. Remember, in anime, we don't do voiceover first. It's different from Western production. We do the animation first, then we do the voiceover later. All right. Do you know why we do this? It's because when most Japanese, when they are speaking, they don't make very noticeable mouth shape changes. Fine, like if I say like dozo yoroshiko, the mouth really doesn't move that much compared to when I'm speaking in English. When I'm speaking in English, I make considerably big changes in in mouth shapes. Okay, that's why you'll have Western productions. They have a full chart of mouth shapes. They have for S, for M, for O, for U, for A, for A, E. Okay, but in anime, you just only need 3 drawings. A closed mouth, an open mouth, and a partially opened mouth. Right? It's just basically the in between of the open mouth and the closed mouth. All right. We're going to do all this. We're going to be doing a lip sync. All right, in anime. Okay. So watch out for that. Okay. So after you're done compositing, all right, this is post-production. My vertical friends, are you seeing what I'm writing here? Or even you don't have idea what is happening? Let me see. It's visible. It is visible. Okay. So after the compositing, you have something like, video editing. All right. Okay. Here, when you're compositing, you're just compositing individual cuts, but now you need to bring all these cuts and put it into a video editing software, right? Okay. You can use DaVinci Resolve for this. It's free. Okay. You can use Premiere Pro. Okay. Final Cut, whatever. Okay. It depends. Okay. Also, here in the video editing, the director usually tries to, the pacing of the cuts. Is where the nomenclature of video editing applies. The jump cuts, the bot words, okay, and you make sure that the story flows seamlessly between the cuts. All right. Okay. And remember, for 2 minutes animated video, okay, high quality animated video can have around 60 to 120 cuts. All right, if it's especially if it's a highly paced music video, right? Okay, and the number of cuts will also depend because of the beats. So when you're working with a music video, it's important to have the beats, okay, early enough, so that you can pace your cuts according to the beats. So we're going to do a random music video, right? So I'll just pick a random beats from YouTube here, okay? We try to build on it, okay? Correct. Have you read the ORV manual? Not yet. Not yet. I haven't. Have I even read any manual? Not yet. I haven't read any manga. Not yet. Also, my knowledge in my catalog of anime that I've watched, quite a few. I don't know. I'm not, I haven't been born watching anime. Just joined anime very, very recently. Then I got more interest in anime. Okay, so I have a lot to catch up with. You'll bear with me in that regard. All right. So after the video editing is done, we have now dubbing. No, not dubbing. We have voice recording. Voice recording, okay? Voiceovers. Okay? Then now the characters, the voiceover artists, they try to match their voices with the animation, okay, the final animation, right? So they usually stand in a booth and try to paste themselves with the animation. All right. Then after this, in this sound department, we also have things like dubbing, where these you can find that the original animation was recorded in Japanese, but now we need English, we need Korean, we need which other popular language. Okay, maybe no, let me not say that one. Okay, so we have also dubbing, all right. I guess we are the infamous debate, dubbing or original, okay, dubbing or sub, which do you prefer? Okay, so you can see that all these things are coming, nicely together, right, through a pipeline. That's why it's called a pipeline, because one thing comes enters in one end, okay, and comes out the other end. All right. So after the voiceovers are done, the music has been added, everything is looking okay. Final thing is just delivery, okay? All right, delivery. So this if it's a YouTube animation, just post it, okay? If it's supposed to be aired on TV, okay, this is where now the marketing comes in. All right, and broadcasting, yeah. So yeah, that's it. Unless you have any question. So we've seen how Japanese animation is made. All right, I haven't gone in depth, okay? So because we have like quite a lot of checks here. We have kontoku, all right? We have director's checks, okay? We have sakan checks. We haven't gone that far, We're just looking at the overall, okay? From beginner animator's perspective, okay? All right, I didn't want to overload you with those heavy terms, okay, that you hear out here, okay? But if you really want to dig deep down in the specific terms that are used in the Japanese industry, okay, you can check out Dongchang, okay, and also Sakuga Foundry, okay. All right, so let me just write here on chat, so for full anime terms, check out Dongchang and Sakuga Foundry, like that, okay. So I'll have to watch again. Came out later. It's okay, Has. It's okay, Has. The stream will be left. Yeah, yeah. So you can rewatch it anytime you feel like. Yeah. So let me just copy it to the vertical stream too. All right. Also, we are also live on Twitch currently. Okay. So if you prefer watching me on Twitch or the vertical YouTube stream or even Kick, we're still live there. Okay. We are multi-streaming on all the platforms, apart from TikTok. Okay. Which maybe probably very soon we'll start doing so. Yeah. So if you prefer watching me on any of the platforms, I'm available. All right. And also you can follow me on Twitch. We have a link here on chat. Okay. Let's try to hit our goal. 5 more followers, and we reach our goal. All right. Other than that, I think if you have any question, I think you can drop in the chat. Okay. Still have a few minutes left. All right. Still have a few minutes left. Also, if you haven't understood everything, maybe I've skipped something, you can tell me. I'll make a different stream. We go through again. All right. So yeah. All right. So this is what we'll be doing. Okay. We'll be creating a 10 cuts project. We're going to put it as a music video. Okay. Project. Okay. So each cut will be around 3 seconds or so. Okay. So probably around 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds a mark. All right. So yeah, we'll do the full pipeline from the scenario. Okay. All right. Just a quick recap. We've said, do you have short courses for beginners? Yes, you can check some. I have a few tutorials in our channel here. Okay. All right. So you can check them out there. All right. So we have said we have basically you have 3 stages. You have pre-production, production, and post-production. All right. In pre-production, we have said that there is planning. We have the scenario. Okay, where a committee comes and decide we want to do this adaptation, we want to do this original scene, we want to adapt this manga. All right. This novel. All right. Then that's called the scenario or the screenplay. Okay. Then in the pre-production, we also have character designs. We've said they can be colored or just color setting. All right. Character design settings. Okay. This is where we said we just have this type of model sheet that doesn't have color. It's just the line work and also the color separation lines. So after that, we also have background designs. This is where we start developing our world building. All right. If characters will be needing any prop designs, okay, any special modifications, okay, cars, buildings, this is where everything comes in. Okay. Then after that, from the scenario we can also design the script. Okay, generally we've said in a season we have like 12 or 13 episodes, and since 13 episodes is difficult for one person to create a script, it's done within a group of script writers, but they are assessed by an overall script writer, right, or the director, right? We said art directors or a very senior character designer oversees the character designs. Okay, prop designs, same thing. After we're done, we have everything in order. We have the character designs, we have the background designs, the props. Okay, we can now be able to and also the script, we can now be able to generate or design storyboards. Okay, so from the storyboards we can paste now our individual cuts. All right, here we do rough staging. Okay, camera angles. Okay, staging. All right, camera movements, we do them here in storyboard, but in a very, very basic way. All right, then after we are done with the storyboards, this is now we are done with the whole pre-production stage. We go to production stage. From the production stage, we've said we start with the storyboards. So from the storyboards, we have 3 people here. Okay, we have layout artists, we have key animators, and in-betweeners. Okay, and just below in-betweeners we have the coloring department. All right, the layout artist, this is where the heavy lifting is done. Okay, the layout artist doesn't just do layout background. All right, he does also the rough pass animation. Okay, all right, so if the animation is done in trees, he does the rough animation on trees. Okay, all right, I showed you how to do a layout when we were doing the Kakashi versus Naruto fight scene, how we were using different colors to distinguish between the first rough pass, okay, and the main key poses. So that's the work of the layout artist to get the idea from the background, not the background, from the storyboards into layout animation. All right, so layout animation consists of rough animation, the staging, all right, the background, the whole background, how it's designed. Okay, and also what, the rough animation. Okay, then from the layout artist, this layout branches out into 2 separate mini pipelines. Okay, it's still part of the production. All right, it's like a pipe. Okay, they'll connect at the end of the tunnel. All right, so from the layout animation we have 2 stages that branches out. One goes to the background department and another one goes to the animation departments. Okay, since we are more of animators, we won't be dealing with background department. Okay, but in background department we also have another structure there. All right, so we have people overseeing the artworks. All right, the composition, the colors that are going to be used. All right, okay, then ours is to focus on the animation department. Okay, so if you look at here, all right, in the animation department, it will come and meet this last stage of the animation department, which is coloring. All right, so let's look at the background department. All right, not the background, the animation department. Okay, so the first stage in the animation department is the key animator. All right, it does take the layout, okay, from the layout artist, determines the key poses, okay, works on them, okay. Then also the key animators, designates special timing charts. If you look at timing charts, all right, so that he can help the in-betweeners or the Doberman to be able to add in-betweens, okay, to make the animation more smooth, all right. Okay, then after that we have after the key animator comes in the in-between or the cleanup artist, does the in-betweens, all right, and after finishing adding those smooth drawings, okay, they usually clean up the animation using anti-aliased lines, so that it can be easier for the coloring department to color these artworks, okay. Coloring department or Shage adds colors, all right, and with reference to what the color settings that we did in the pre-production, all right. From there the whole animation is colored, all right, and this while the animation is being done, also the backgrounds are being done consecutively, all right. So they will meet at this stage, all right, at the post-production, all right. So the finished animations, okay, and the finished backgrounds, they come together in post-production. Post-production, we said we have the compositing, we have video editing, sound design, all right, voiceovers and dubbing, all right. And in compositing, this is where we combine the 3D CG, the cells, the backgrounds, the effects, you know, color grading, you know. Then after you're done compositing, yeah, because you'll be compositing one cut per file, we need to combine all these cuts together. So that's where video editing comes in, all right. Okay, so after video editing we have voiceovers, all right. We've said that the animation is first done, then voiceovers is added later, right. It's different from Western animations where voiceovers are done first before the animation, all right. So after the voiceovers are done, here we can also add another one, dubbing scene, all right, where the animation is done in different languages, all right. After that we have delivery, okay. Delivery, we've said this is the end goal. If at the beginning of the pre-production they wanted this to be maybe broadcasted in a channel, all right, or in TV, or posted in streaming software, streaming websites, now this is where it will branch, okay. If it's just posting in YouTube, they just post, okay. If it's marketing in TV broadcast, here is now the final thing, all right. And that marks the the overall pipeline, anime pipeline, all right. So this is the most important stage of the video, right. So if you just want to know the entire thing, I've summarized it at the end, okay. So you can watch this this part. So I'll try to add a marker right after the stream, so that if you just want the whole thing, you can come at this marker, right, around 2 minutes marker. So probably 15 or 10 minutes. I've explained for around 10 minutes. So you can just get the rough idea of the entire pipeline, all right. Again, I've said I haven't gone into the details. I've given you 2 channels that you can go and if you want the specific terms, anime terms, all right, and notations, okay, you can look at You can look at Dongchang and Sakuga Foundry. All right. Next stream we'll be looking at notations. Okay. The terms that are used in anime. All right. What else? Notations and timing sheets. Okay. Timing sheets. You know what are timing sheets? They're very important, and it's the work of the layout artist to do timing sheets. Okay, that's where the timing sheets begin, and also in the timing sheets, also our in-betweeners will also be writing their own timing sheets. So it's a very necessary tool. Okay. Or parts of the animation pipeline. So that's marks the overall production. Okay, unless you have any question. Okay, we'll end it there, and we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, for another one-on-one session with you guys, with Karegi, your guy. All right. So you got a few minutes. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask. Other than that, I think you can call it done. Hello, sir. What's going on? Teaching notations. That's crazy. Yeah, we'll be teaching notations tomorrow. I think you've come late. Probably, yeah. So today we are just looking at the overall anime pipeline. So tomorrow we'll look at notations, okay, how they are done. All right. Want to go deeper? I've told you the best platform to you if you want to dig down. We have Dongchang and Sakuga Foundry. Okay, if you want also one animation, they usually touch on a few anime things. All right, go to rewatch the stream. Probably you can just rewatch the last 15 minutes of this stream. Okay, I've summarized the whole thing. All right, and probably if I get the time, I'll create a very brief tutorial on everything that we talked about. All right. So with that said and done, I think we can call it a day. It was an awesome stream. So props for showing up today. All right. Like always, I've said the first step of winning is showing up. So mad respect to everyone that showed up, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios. See you when you see me. Bye bye.